Star Stable has brought to life some truly breathtaking and realistic horse breeds. However, among the stunning lineup, there are a few breeds that just don't quite hit the mark. What makes them stand out is not their uniqueness, but rather the lack of effort to capture the essence of each breed. It's peculiar considering many of these breeds are known for their distinctive appearance and movements in real life. Join me today as we delve into the realm of Star Stable and explore the top 10 most hated horse breeds. Feel free to share your own thoughts on which horse breeds you find the less than stellar in the game. And of course, it's essential to remember that everyone has their own preference and it's totally okay to like something even if others don't. Your enjoyment and appreciation for these breeds is entirely valid regardless of what others may think, so stay true to your passions and don't let anyone else's opinion sway you. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And now let's get into it. While the American quarter horses are generally well regarded, they have certain characteristics that some players find pretty off-putting. One major issue is their posture. They often keep their heads extremely low and don't lift them at all or really move them. They have really pretty models and coat colors, but they do have weirdly flat manes. Your character isn't centered while riding them. And back to their posture, it just makes them look somewhat injured. The Yuvik pony is often considered a budget-friendly option ideal for beginners. However, it does have its drawbacks. Being on a smaller side, especially with the updated character models, riding them can seem a bit awkward. Additionally, some of the animations have been plagued by bugs for years, and it doesn't seem like they're going to get fixed anytime soon. Furthermore, their trot and gallop animations leave something to be desired for many players, though they are really cheap and they are also really cute. The Marari breed often faces criticism due to its slim build and certain visual aspects. Their models are not well received by a lot of players, particularly because of their front-facing eyes, which gives them some kind of uncanny valley appearance. Additionally, their coats are overly shiny without much detail, leading to a strange visual effect. Most of their gaits are pretty alright, but there are some that come across as pretty awkward and unnatural. Frion horses are renowned for their powerful, muscular build in real life, being large draft horses. However, this characteristic didn't translate effectively into the game. In Star Stable, they appear overly angular and square-shaped, which is pretty unappealing. And along with that, most of their gaits, particularly their gallop and jump animations, are just not that good. The curly horse is another breed that receives widespread criticism in the game. Many players find fault with their model and coat colors. Along with not having the best model or coat colors, they are also extremely stiff overall, especially their neck, and their gaits are generally not well regarded. The most irritating and hated aspect of this breed is their tendency to rear for an extended period before resuming their forward motion. Oh my gosh, I swear it takes forever. And if you're doing a champ or a race and you hit something and the horse starts rearing, just good luck, because you're not placing at the top of the champ and you're not getting a high score. The knobstrappers were introduced to Star Stable in 2020, but since their arrival, they've struggled to step out of the shadow of the Andalusian horse. They bear striking resemblance to the Andalusians and share many gaits. The only real difference is that knobstrappers are bulkier, especially their hooves for some reason, which does seem so odd. Additionally, their coats leave much to be desired, lacking realism and quality compared to other breeds. And their decision to exclude some basic coat colors for the breed disappoints many players. When Morgan horses were introduced to Star Stable in January of 2023, they immediately sparked controversy. Players were quick to criticize the shading on their coats, although Star Stable did address this issue a few months after their release, and they did fix them up a bit. However, the aspect that many players dislike the most is their model, especially their head shape. With eyes spaced far apart, they appear somewhat peculiar and have been compared so much to characters like Sid from Ice Age, a comparison that's pretty hard to ignore because you do look like that. And another thing that players were absolutely furious about is that SSO, instead of just recreating the coat colors we had for the Morgan horse in Gen 2, they decided to do most of the new ones, which were not even the most basic coat colors for the Morgan horse. Atique breed often faces criticism due to its slim body, which many players dislike. Additionally, their gaits are not the best. Let's be honest, they're pretty bad. They appear really generic and don't accurately reflect the breed's actual movements. While their coat colors are pretty nice, the poor quality of their gaits and the hatred for their model are some flaws pretty hard to overlook, especially when you consider that you have to actually ride the horse in the game. The starter horse is surprisingly, or maybe unsurprisingly, extremely unpopular with the broader Star Stable community. This is largely due to their outdated appearance having been updated all the way back in 2018. Their gaits and animations are really bad, especially when you compare them to the newer breeds. Moreover, for players interested in purchasing one of the Yuvik warmbloods, which is the breed of the starter horse, it's evident that the coat colors of the breed are mirrored, and it's especially noticeable on the paint variations, which is really unappealing to most players. Yuvik Frion garnered widespread dislike before it was even released. From the initial spoilers, trailers, and teasers, players pleaded with Star Stable to not include them or to make significant changes before actually releasing them. Despite the outcry, they were introduced to the game as planned. Their gaits are really bad, but because they are dressage oriented and because they have a special dressage move, they're still a pretty popular dressage club horse. However, their angular and square appearance is pretty off-putting. Their tail is literally disconnected, floating unnaturally within their bodies, and their mane appears clunky and it is inferior to the previous Gen 2 version of the Frion. Additionally, Star Stable gave them really quirky and exaggerated animations such as stretching, shaking, and sticking their tongues out, which occur really frequently and add to the overall dissatisfaction with the breed, though Star Stable did say that this is the breed that they're going to update this year, so we're going to have two different Gen 3 Frions. I guess this one's going to be Yuvik Frion, and the other one is just going to be the regular Frion. Thank you so much for joining me as we explored the top 10 most disliked horse breeds in Star Stable. Which ones surprised you and which ones do you not like? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye!
Take the bait, stick till you got it, it's never too late. We'll take it slow, we won't rush, here's the patience.